Hi everyone, welcome to Java Techie. In this tutorial, I will demonstrate how to build and push Docker image to Docker Hub using Jenkins Pipeline. Okay, alright. So before I start this session, I am assuming that you guys have basic knowledge about Docker and Jenkins. If yes, then well and good. At the end of this tutorial, you will understand complete end-to-end DevOps integration flow. If no, then I would strongly suggest you to check out my Docker and Jenkins playlist. So if you'll go to my Java Techie channel, you can find two playlists called Docker and Jenkins. So you can refer these two playlists. Now without any further delay, as usual, let's demonstrate this DevOps integration flow step by step. So let's get started. So let's understand the integration workflow. As a developer, we commit the code to the GitHub, which acts as a version control tool. Now next, we need to perform continuous integration and continuous deployment. So for that, we need to integrate our GitHub with Jenkins. When I say continuous integration and continuous deployment, it means with my committed code, I want to build my project, then I want to create Docker image of my application, then I want to push that Docker image to Docker Hub. Now the question here, how will Jenkins know what steps you want to perform? Whether first you want to build your project, then you want to create Docker image, then you want to push Docker image to Docker Hub. How Jenkins will know these steps as part of continuous integration and continuous deployment. So that's why the Jenkins declarative pipeline concept came into the picture, where you need to define all the steps what you want to perform in a file called Jenkins file. So now going forward, when you commit your code to the GitHub, Jenkins will read this Jenkins file from your project and will perform the request stages you mentioned. How simple is this? So let's quickly do this in action. First, let me create a project, then I will integrate that with GitHub. Then as per the flow, we'll follow the same step. Okay. So let me go to my IntelliJ IDE. Then as you can see, already I created one small application. If you'll go to the src main, nothing is there. I just exposed one REST endpoint. That's it. And if you'll go and check in your pom.xml, I just added one web dependency. I could use any existing application rather than create a new one, but let's do it from the fresh. Now, as per the presentation, first we need to integrate our application to the GitHub, right? So I'll go to the GitHub. I will create a separate project. Go to the github.com. Then I'll go to Java Techie. Then I'll create a new project here, new. Then I'll just name it Devops automation. Okay, I'll keep it public. Then create repo. Now I just need to do this step. Okay, go to your IntelliJ IDE, go to the terminal, just type git init, then git add all. Then I'll just commit this all the changes hyphen m with a message first commit or something like that. Fine. Then if I will check the git status, nothing is there. Now I need to set the origin. Okay, so I can define this git branch because by default the branch is main, so I can define this. Next I can set the remote origin. Go to IntelliJ, add it. Then I just need to push my changes. Go to the again. Fine. If you will refresh your URL, you can see all the folders which we created added here. Also I will just add this readme file. Now next, if you go to the PPT, we just cover the first step, right? We committed our code to the GitHub. Now my machine code is synced with my GitHub repo. Now the next step, I need to integrate Jenkins with my GitHub so that I can perform this CI/CD step. Now first I need to start my Jenkins. So I'll go to the terminal. Then I can fire the command brew service start Jenkins latest. If you are using Windows, then you can directly run the batch file of Jenkins. Now successfully started it. If I will go to the localhost 8080, I can see the Jenkins. So it will take few seconds to load the page. Yeah, now I need to log in it, Java Techie, then give my password, just sign in. Now next, since we want to sync our GitHub with Jenkins, we need to create a pipeline, or we need to create a new item. Okay, so I will give something like Devops automation. I will give the name of my Jenkins pipeline as Devops automation. Then I will just click on pipeline. I will create OK. Now here you can give some message. This is sample Jenkins Docker integration flow. Okay, now the source code version control tool is GitHub for us. Here I need to give my project git URL. Okay, so I'll just copy this. Then I just need to copy this, paste it here. Fine. Then build trigger. I'll just get the snapshot and these two. Okay. Now next, here I need to, since you can observe here, this is pipeline script, declarative pipeline script. Here you need to tell to the Jenkins what steps you want to perform. As you can see in the presentation, while performing the continuous integration and continuous deployment in Jenkins, you need to define these steps: build maven project, build Docker image, then push Docker image to Docker Hub. These three steps I need to define in the Jenkins file. So there is two options. Either you can directly write the Jenkins file here. If not, if you have Jenkins file in your project, you can directly import from your particular Git project. I will explain you both the way. First we'll write it manually, then we'll move it to the code, and I will show you how we can load it from the code. Okay. So here, as part of continuous integration and deployment, I need to tell to the Jenkins, hey, first build my project, check out my code from the GitHub, then build my project. So that is what I just want to define in the Jenkins file, which is in this particular portal. Okay. So first I will tell to the Jenkins, this is what my pipeline. Okay. Then as part of pipeline, use the agent as any. Then I will specify the tools which I will use for build my project, which is nothing, maven. And you can define the maven which you have in your Jenkins. I have something like maven, then 350. I will tell you where you can configure the maven. Okay, before that let me show you directly. Okay, first let me save this. Go to the dashboard, or go to the manage Jenkins. Then you can find something called global tool configuration. There you can find a option called JDK, Git, Gradle and Maven. Here you need to define the path of your Maven installation. Okay. Either you can give the path, or else you can directly install from here. Since I directly installed in the Jenkins, I can give that path directly. Okay. So go to the project, Devops automation, go to the configure. Fine. So this is how I tell to the Jenkins pipeline, please use this tool to perform the build operation. Fine. Now next, what I need to do, I need to define the stages. Stages is nothing, the steps you want to perform. Build Maven project is one stage, then create Docker image is another stage, then push it to the Docker Hub is another stage. Okay. This is how we can define multiple stages. So inside stages, I can define the stage which is build Maven project, right? Build Maven project, or just build Maven. Give any name, that's up to you. Okay. In this stage, I just need to define the steps. I just want to tell to the Jenkins, as part of this pipeline, I want to perform multiple stages or multiple stages. That's why you can see here the root tag is stages. Inside that you can define n number of stages. So one of the stage I want to perform build Maven. As part of this build Maven stage, I want to perform these steps. What steps you want to perform? You want to check out code from the GitHub, then you want to run maven clean install. That's it, right? So for that, what I can do, to get the syntax to check out code from GitHub, you can directly use the pipeline syntax. Here you can type something like checkout from version control. You can see here, right? Use this. Then here you just need to give your repo URL, which is nothing. This one, just give it. Since this is public, you no need to give the credential here. Change the branch to main because main is the default branch. Now generate the pipeline. So this is what the pipeline to check out code from your particular GitHub repo. You need to specify this in your configuration, this pipeline. Okay. So as part of steps, I'm telling this, do the checkout. This is what the URL and this is what the git SCM. Now once you do the checkout, I just want to execute mbn clean install. Okay. Just check out the code and just do clean install. It's nothing the packaging, right? So I'm good. I need to save it. Then I'll just build now. We'll see whether this particular stage is succeed or not. If you will see the console output, it's going on. You can see here it check out the code. Now it's doing the clean install. You can see the stages here, right? Clean install. This is Spring Boot app, so it will run the test and all. We don't have any test now, but I will show you in my coming tutorial how you will handle in the test failure and all. So you can see here declarative tool install and build maven stage is going on, and it completed with 30 seconds. You can see here. Now you can see the green mark here. It means this is succeed. Okay. So we have performed the first step, that we just tell to the Jenkins using Jenkins file build my maven project. Now next we need to tell to the Jenkins to build Docker image. Okay. So the first step we are done. Now we will go with the second step. Now to build the Docker image, your application should have Docker file, isn't it? So first let's do that. Then we'll perform the build Docker image. Go to your application. Then simply just create a file here, new file. I'll name it docker file. Fine, add it. Now inside this docker file, you need to define from expose, then give your jar location and command to execute your jar. So we have the jar which is generated, we didn't generate it yet. So to specify the jar name, what I'll do, I'll go to the pom.xml, then I'll just define final name. Jar name I will define Devops integration. Okay. I'll just copy this name. Then just go to the docker file. I'll just define here. I'll just give the name of my jar. To verify whether jar is created with this name or not, what I will do, I will simply go to this maven. I'll go to the maven lifecycle. Okay. Then I will run install. So that in target folder, it will create a jar with this name, what we specify just now. So let's verify that. Yeah, so you can see here build is succeed, and you can see it generated the target folder. If you'll go inside this, this is the jar name which we specify. Fine. So go to the presentation. We created the docker file. Now we need to build docker image. Fine. So first I will commit these changes because we added the docker file, right? So I'll just directly I'll give some message added docker file. I can directly do this commit and push. Directly push these changes. There are two file changes, so I will directly push to my master repo. So merge it. So changes are pushed. Now if you'll go to the browser and if you will just refresh your repo, you could see the docker file here, right? That's fine. Now we need to define in the Jenkins file to create a docker image. Read my docker file and then create a Docker image. So go to the pipeline DevOps automation. This is what the item we created. Then go to the configure, but make sure before we run any Docker related stuff, Docker desktop should be up and running on your machine. Okay, so I just started it. Let me define another stage to build a Docker image or to create a Docker image. Okay, so the stage is ending here. I'll just create another stage. I'll give the name of that stage build. Okay, I'll just give the name build Docker image. Fine. Then as part of that stage, I just need to define what steps I want to perform to build Docker image. So as part of these steps, again, I want to define a script who will run to create a Docker image. So I'll just add a tag called script. Okay. So guys, this syntax is very simple if you understand the flow. Okay. So as part of this script, I just need to define the command to create a Docker image. So as you know, Docker build -t. Okay. Then give your image name. So what I'll do, I will just give Java Techie, which is my alias name, and then I'll give the image name. I'll just go to this. Devops integration is my image name. Okay, go to the pipeline, just add it, give the space dot. Okay, so these are the simple command, right? Whenever you are doing creating the Docker image from the command Docker build -t, you are giving the image name with the version tag. But same thing I am doing in a script to create a Docker image. Hopefully my Docker desktop is up and running. It's up and running. Now I believe we are good to execute this particular stage. So what I'll do, I'll just apply this, save it. Now just click on build now. You can see only one stage here. Now once the two is started, you can see the another tab will be appear here soon. So build maven is going on. Once this will be done, you will find another tab called build Docker image. So let's wait what he is doing. I'll open in a new tab. Still the build is going on. It will take few seconds. Yeah, build is succeed now. You can see here it is creating Docker image. It is executing all the 4 steps from my Docker file, and finally it is succeed. Now if you will go here and you will check this, you can see build Docker image is succeed. But I will tell you which I faced the error before. If you are using Mac operating system, then I have some link which you can refer. Initially Docker command will not available in your Jenkins. So if you are using Mac, then I'll share this link. You can follow this medium. I don't know personally, but this particular blog helps me. You just need to modify the file with the Docker app installation path. But if you are using Windows and still you will get Docker not found, then for you the approach is straightforward. Go to the um, go to the dashboard, then go to the manage Jenkins, go to the global tool configuration. Then you can go down in the Docker installation, add Docker, name of it. Then yeah, so you can give the path of your docker.exe file directly in the Jenkins itself. That is what you can do in Windows. But for Mac, you need to change the configuration. This particular string value will help you. So I will share this link so that you guys can refer if you are getting the issue. Okay, so we are good to go now. We just created build maven project, then we build the Docker image. Now the next step, we need to define in Jenkins file that I want to push the Docker image which I created to Docker hub. So that is what we need to define as part of our Jenkins file, right? So go to this, I'll go back, then I'll go to DevOps automation, which is my pipeline, then go to the configure. So here I need to define another stage. Okay, each steps what you want to perform or each requirement is defined as a separate stage. Now we are performing two stages: build maven project, build Docker image. Now next what I need to do, I want to push Docker image to Docker hub. So I'll just name it push image to hub, something like that. As part of this stage, again I just need to define the steps which I will perform as part of this stage. Then again I need to define the script. Okay. Now here what I need to do to push any image to Docker Hub, first I need to log into my Docker. So that command I need to provide here, right? I can directly use sh docker login, then I can give the username, I can give the password. But how Jenkins will know what is your username and password? First we need to tell to the Jenkins, use this username and password, map it as a variable inside Jenkins so that I can able to log into the Docker using the script. Okay, so to do that, I don't know how we can do that. So for that, I will take the help from the pipeline syntax. So there you can search something with credential. You can see here. Now here you can, not this one. No, we came the wrong one with credential. This is what we need to open. Okay, as part of this with credential, you can add the secret text. Okay, make sure to click on the secret text. Now here you can give your variable name. I'll give something like docker pwd. Okay, or docker jenkins or docker hub pwd. That will be more meaningful. Docker hub pwd. Okay, now you need to add your credential here. So click on add Jenkins. Again, drop down, use the secret text. The begin to add your credential, always use the secret text. Okay, just click the text here. Secret is nothing, the password. Okay, I'll give my password of my Docker Hub. Then ID you can give any ID. I'll give something like again same I'll give Docker Hub PWD. Anything you can give, guys. Okay. So again, make sure to click on the secret text, and as part of the secret you need to provide your password of the Docker Hub, and the ID you can give any name. Now click on add. In the drop down, choose the Docker Hub password. I already tried it, so for me there is 3 more already added. So recently we created this Docker Hub password, right? I will just add it. Now I believe we are good. Click on this generate pipeline script. You just need to copy this. Then go to your configure declarative pipeline script. Then here I'll just add this. Okay, just remove this. Now you can fire the command. I'll just write sh. Let me align it properly. Fine. Now I just need to define a command to login. Docker login hyphen username is nothing Java techie, and hyphen password is nothing which I mapped as a variable just now. How can I get that? I can get it from here. This is what the variable name. I just want to map it dynamically. So you can see here docker login hyphen u is nothing, the username, the name of my user, then password. That's it. Now next step, once you logged in successfully to Docker Hub, then you can fire a command to push it. So I can simply fire a command sh docker push, then give the image name. The image name which we created, Devops integration, this is what the image name, right? Just add it here. Before that, first let me open the Docker Hub. Okay, so I need to sign in. Okay, now go back to the config. I'll first save it. So okay, I'll just open it again. So if you observe, we just create build a Docker image, then we push image to the hub. Okay, and these are the script we followed to create a image and push it to the Docker hub. So I believe last time the image is created here. I can see DevOps. Yeah, you can see here Java Techie DevOps integration. So I will just remove this because again I want to perform the same, right? I'll just remove so that again it will create. Click on save. Now I'll simply click on build now. It will start the third step. I'll just open the output. It is performing the build maven project. You can see here maven clean install. Once that will be done, it will create the Docker image as per the stage we define. We'll directly monitor from here as well. You can see all the pipeline here. Okay. It is now showing build Docker image. Once this third will complete, it will add another tab called push the image. So we'll see the log. Yeah, it is started the building Docker image again. Now it is trying to do the Docker login. You can see here. Okay. You can see the status login succeed. Now it is trying to push that image to the Docker hub. We can see here docker.io javatic is nothing my ID of Docker hub. That is the reason I added this ID while creating the image as well. Okay, so wait, let's let it complete. Yeah, you can see the status image pushed, but let's wait for a second. Still it's going on. You can see here it added another pipeline called push image to the hub, and all the four steps are succeed. Now if we'll go to the Docker hub, if I'll just refresh it, you could see a image called Java Techie Devops integration. Yeah, you can see here, right? So we are able to create the Docker image and push the Docker image directly to the Docker hub using Jenkins file. Now if we'll go and if we'll configure this, this is what the Jenkins file we created here, right? Now this is what manually we created in our Jenkins portal itself. If I don't want to make it global, I want to keep it inside my code, we can do it. That is the second step. I will just copy this. I will go to my project. I will create another file, new file. I will just name it Jenkins. Okay, Jenkins file. Add it. Then I'll add these steps. These are the steps we created there, right? So same steps, rather than keeping it in Jenkins portal, you can directly add in your code so that you can customize whenever you need for a specific project. Now I will just commit these changes. I can directly commit from the IntelliJ. So I'll just add Jenkins file. Just commit and push. So changes are pushed to the branch. I'll just refresh this. I can see the Jenkins file. As I mentioned from the beginning, there is two options. You can directly write the pipeline script here itself, or else you can load it from your project. So first we already done and we get the succeed result with all the four steps. Now we'll try with the second approach, pipeline script from SCM. Okay, so I'm not going to modify this. I'll create another pipeline. So click on new item, Devops integration 1. Okay, now click on pipeline, click on OK. I'll just copy the project name, URL of the project, go here. You can give any message. I am not going to give it now. Give the project URL, then build GitHub hook trigger. And guys, if you want in each and every commit the build will be auto initiate, you can directly define the pool SCM. Okay, that already I explained my Jenkins playlist. You can check out that. You can define the star. Each star point to the second minute, like it's kind of cron expression. Okay, when you want to perform the auto build. Now here, rather than using the pipeline script, now I will load that Jenkins file from my application. So I can give the git, I can give the URL of my git. I believe, let's not give the password now. I believe this is the public repo, so it should auto read. If there will be error, I will just configure the credential. Okay, then I will just give branch as a main. Then we are good. Jenkins file, fine. Now click on save. I'll just build now. It will just read your Jenkins file from your code and it will just start executing. Yeah, it's starting already. You can see here There are 3 steps. Tool install, then it will do build maven, then we'll execute all the steps one by one. We'll also see the console output in a different tab. Build is going on. It's building the Docker image. It is trying to log in. All the states or steps what we mentioned in our Jenkins file is executing here. Okay, same image name already we pushed to the Docker hub and we are trying again. So that's fine, that is not an issue. So let's wait it to complete. Go back. Integration 1. Yeah, you can see here all the 3 stages is displaying here. And the last one is still going on. So it seems it succeed. Now go to the Docker hub. I will refresh this. I can see this few seconds ago because this image is override. Okay, I could try with the different name, but yeah, that is fine. We concluded that image is getting pushed to the Docker hub. So this is what all about declarative Jenkins pipeline approach. Using that is what the industry follow, guys. No one is using the plugin and all. They usually write the Jenkins file in their application and they just define the stages to perform. So I hope you are clear about DevOps end-to-end integration flow, begin from the GitHub to Jenkins, then Docker and Docker Hub. All the 4 steps you are clear, I believe. Okay. So in my upcoming tutorial, we'll try to push that image to the Kubernetes directly from the Jenkins. So we'll try to do that in my upcoming session. That's all about this particular video, guys. Thanks for watching this video. Meet you soon with a new concept.